Uh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What is good? What is good? What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, you know I be the good doc, Dr. Mike TV, back again, once again. Oh, we can't even talk about it in 2021 anymore, ladies and gentlemen. We are officially in 2022. But even though this is 2022, ladies and gentlemen, the rules have not yet changed. Y'all already know what to do, man. Y'all make sure y'all get the likes up, man. Make sure you caress, molest, and distress yourself all over that like button. It wants it. It needs it. Most definitely has to have it. You guys want to support, please feel free to do so. But like I say, I am happy and blessed you choose to come through, spend a little bit of time with your boy today. Now you're and then. It is officially a new year. Still the same old Doc, but officially, y'all, it is the new year. So with every new year, there comes goals, and for us travelers per se, travel plans, right? You know, every new year you try to find another location to conquer or master or visit or explore, but you also set goals to how you're going to get to those destinations, or you set goals on happiness, health, love, relationships, whatever the fuck they tell us to focus on. But over here on the Dr. Mike TV channel, there are a couple of things that we focus on probably more than any of those other things, and that's our happiness for sure, our health for sure, and most definitely, we gotta focus on future travel plans. All right, Mr. Diaz, appreciate you locking in, brother. Appreciate the love. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, future travel plans has to be at the top of our list, right? This is 2022. I'm already thinking about 5 destinations I'm trying to check out this year alone. You feel me? So I'm definitely here to hear what you guys got to say and hear what you guys think about what kind of goals you have set in place for yourself, what type of things you have going on in your lives, and what types of activities are you partaking in to ultimately get you to that next step in your life or that next potential travel destination. Now, I'm not one to talk about my shit out loud though. Like every now and again, if you ask me a question about where I'm thinking about going, I'll tell you, right? I'll be like, man, I've had this on my mind. I've had this on my mind, but I'm the type of person I'm scared to say it out loud because then like I'm locked into that particular destination. Like if I told y'all, yeah, man, I'm going to this place in 2022, I feel like, well, fuck, if I don't go, then you're gonna have people in the chat talking about, well, Doc, I remember on January 1, 2022, at approximately 9:07 p.m. on the live stream the first live stream of the year you had, you told me that you was going to this place. People can change their minds. But the way that I look at it is, man, we got to figure out what we're going to do with ourselves. I know for sure wherever I'm going, y'all coming with me. Believe that shit. Believe that. Wherever I'm going, I am dragging you sons of bitches along with me. Video camera, vlogs, whatever it may be. Y'all gonna be in the building. All right. So shout out to my people, man. Mike, appreciate you coming through, bro. Happy New Year to you, man. I hope your time down in Florida was awesome. Tony, appreciate the love, my boy. SML, you got it. Mr. Diaz, you know what it is. My brother, what up, family? Happy New Year to my fam. This right here is my man's right here. It's my brother DJ right there. He's out there in Singapore right now. But he was the one person that got me interested in investing. And until this day, I owe my investment journey to my man's right here. And that's where I'm gonna leave it at. But big love to my big brother. He's known me since I was like 10 years old, bro. Him and my brother are the same age. So they got 2 years on me. But that man's like a brother to me. So big love to my big homie too. But yo, man, 2022. Where are you guys going, man? Where are you thinking about going? I know for sure, honestly, guys, the top priority on my list this year is my health. I mean, I haven't really been experiencing any health difficulties that I know of. I do need to go get a physical. I'm talking in general, guys, but I do need to go ahead and get a physical taken care of for this year to make sure, your boy's in good health. Go to the doctor, get the lady to grab my balls and cough hold my head to the left and cough. I got to go through the process and all that shit. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my physical done this year to make sure your boy is in his best health. Make sure my blood pressure is good. Make sure your boy ain't got the diabetes or the sugars and shit. Because that shit runs in the family. So first rule of thumb for me is this year is definitely getting the physical taken care of. Guys got to make sure you take care of yourselves, and that's definitely a priority for me because all this travel plan talk and goals and shit that we want to set aside for ourselves, it does us no good if we're not healthy enough to be able to see these places. Right. My pops, he's not working right now, but when he does work, he does contract work. That's what my man does for a living. That's what my pops does. Like he's, 100% disabled. Shout out to all my veterans out there. So pops ain't really working right now, but when he does work, he takes these contracting jobs. And he's got a friend that he often tells me about, a guy that, he worked with on quite a few jobs and stuff. This guy's legit in what he does, but recently my man's hasn't been in his best health either. And that's the type of stuff you think about. Like, yo, I want to go places, I want to do things, but if my health ain't my priority, man, something ain't right. You feel me? Something is definitely not right. So mindset for me, I know it sounds cliche, but definitely get that health together, man. Definitely make sure that I'm able to travel different parts of the world and, live my best life. And I hope you guys are definitely on the same wave for sure. My man says he wants to go to Cartagena, Colombia, and Medellin, however you pronounce it. Sounds awesome. He said it's my plan on March for dental work and fun. Oh, so that's going to be your trip just before going back to the Philippines, or you gonna stay a couple months? But yeah, man, I've heard Colombia's fun. I mean, people see the thing about Brazil. Shout out to my man, Black Man Travels. I know he's been there. I'm not sure if he's still currently there, but he talked to me a lot about Brazil. But people aren't really as fond of Brazil as they are about like Colombia. Like everybody out here talking is on that Colombia wave, like or that part of Latin America. I don't know, man. Y'all tell me something good. He said every first quarter of the year, I get the physical and keep it moving for the rest of the year. Yes, sir. I definitely got to make sure I get mine in check. Just get the physical done. You know what I'm saying? If you are in good health, or they say you need to monitor this or watch this, watch it, monitor it, and keep it pushing. But your health has to come first. And lately, that hasn't really been a big deal for me, and that's where I fuck up because I haven't really been dealing with anything. But just because I'm not dealing with it doesn't mean that it's not there. So if you guys aren't getting your health together and getting that checked off your list at the top of the year, you got to figure out a time to get it good. So I'm gonna call, make my appointment, make it happen. All right. So shout out to my man James Thomas. Happy New Year to you, man. Paul, appreciate you coming through. The New Year was awesome, man. I enjoyed it. I had a great one. It is what it is. Sean, I always get tired of talking to myself, bro. But eventually somebody will listen. Sean, you're here, so I appreciate you coming through. So apparently I'm talking to at least one person. So if that's the energy you want to keep in 2022, just hey, keep bringing it. Two things I need you to do: keep talking shit and keep sharing my videos like to people so that they come over here and talk shit too. And hopefully they share it with enough people so that I get like 10 views on the video, bro. And I'm kicking it. Like I'm pushing it. 2022 is gonna be my year, man. I feel it. No views last year. I'm at least get one view this year, courtesy of you, my brother. So thank you for showing some love to the good doc tonight. Sean, you are a lifesaver, my brother. He says exactly 2 weeks only. I lived in Colombia for 6 months in 2017. Well, if you've been there and you've done that, chances are you really ain't worried about it, are you? Clearly you're not. Like I said, man, you're probably not really worried about how can I say this? You're not really worried about spending too much time there if you've already been there. Like for me, it'll be my first time, man. Like a lot of these locations that I'm thinking about, first time visits, And does it make you nervous? Yeah. But again, man, that's a part of the journey, man. I love getting new stamps on a passport. I'm putting together this jean jacket with a bunch of flags of places I visited. As corny as it fucking sounds, I'm going to use it as like this memorable piece that shows, the different places I've had a chance to visit and stuff like that. So, it'll be something to have in the closet and whatnot, and not something to build upon. something to drive myself towards different destinations. I might even go see my brother in Singapore, man. We'll see what it is. My man E, what's going on with you, bro? He says, my good news is that the wifey will arrive in 2 weeks. Congratulations, her first time to the United States. Congratulations, man. The plan is to head back to the Philippines in June. I'm going through withdrawals, bro. Like I said in my short video, bro, that's what got me started in the first place, man. I was going through withdrawals and I just felt like me talking about the Philippines was a way to stay connected. As corny and as shitty and as crazy and as weird as it sounds, it really did help, man. Now look at me now. I've been on this bitch for about 4 years now, still talking the same shit, still having the same fun, growing a little bit incrementally. And, 2022 is going to be a better year for me. Hopefully, I will be able to um, report from certain countries this year that I'm not going to tell you where I'm thinking about going. Because again, I got to commit myself to it if I do. All right, but I appreciate you locking in. He says, I'm planning to check out Africa. He said, man, the African beauties with the thickety, thicketiness is definitely worth checking out. I'm with you, bro. 100%. 100%. Africa was a place I was thinking about too. More specifically, I'm not going to tell you where, but definitely Africa has been something I've been thinking about too. Like, it's not so much about, yo, I want to take a trip to the motherland, but it is kind of about that, Um, it's just been something that's been on my mind. And when you talk about it enough, or you start talking to people who are like-minded in regards to wanting to go there, it's like, yo, now I kind of feel obligated to go there. So that's definitely been one of the continents I've definitely wanted to be able to check out for sure. But yo, we got 12 in the building, man. If you haven't dropped your like, you already know what to do, man. Don't play brand new, man. It is 2022, but don't act brand new on the good doc, man. Y'all already know what to do, man. Y'all make sure y'all drop that like, caress my lesson, stress yourself all over it. Still wants it, still needs it, still definitely has to happen. All right. Tuscany, Italy. Damn, bro, you fancy. My man said he's going there in March to visit the in-laws and get my wife off my ass. Yeah, man. If wifey been getting in your ass about going there, yeah, you need to go ahead and handle that. Please. Please do. Because they don't stop. That is consistent. Trust me, I know. I ain't even married yet, and I already know that. I know that feeling, and that struggle is real. But sometimes it's just a matter of I made a promise to do something, and I need to go ahead and get it out the way. So that's kind of why they still stick with it. If you said you was gonna do it, they gonna make sure you do it. My young lady the exact same way. You told me, now you got to do it. Now I gotta go. Gotta go. But yo, man, Tuscany sounds awesome. My dad was stationed in Italy in the early '80s, I think, just before I was born. He talks about it a lot, and he talks about going back. So Italy is definitely a dope place. So I've heard good things. If I'm traveling to a country in Africa, it'll be my first time as well. Still doing my research. Yo, we do have to find the right places to go. Like, don't hold my hand to the flame on this one, guys. And I've never been one to really just take people's word as bond, but from a reliable source. And I'm just saying this out loud. We could talk about it if we want to. One of the places people told me to avoid. Again, when I say this, you have to do your own due diligence. But I have heard that South Africa could be potentially dangerous. It could be. Cape Town and places like that, could potentially be dangerous. And they were like, there's a taxi scam or a taxi thing going around wherein, they're kidnapping people straight from the airport. And again, like I said, man, you got to do your own due diligence. But I heard it, and I've heard it from more than one person, which kind of makes me think a little bit. You really have to know who you fucking with. And, it's definitely a place that I wouldn't probably want to do on my own. And it could be true, may not be true, but when you hear it from multiple sources, it definitely makes you think, like, God damn, they out there kidnapping people. You know, I can't tell you exactly what it is, but I know it's something that deals with the taxi cabs over there. Like, they'll tell you they're taking you to a location and take you somewhere else. And then again, you never know exactly where you're going, especially if you've never been there, right? So they be driving you around in circles and shit, and you think you're going to your location, and then your ass don't end up in your location. Now you feeling away, right? So something to think about and look into. Look into it. Like I said, you can't always take everything as a bomb, but it be some scary shit, man. I be hearing them stories, man, and I don't want to say that it's deterring me from going, but it's definitely making me think longer about the trip. That's the best way to put it. I will never say that anything people say deter me, But I will say that it makes me think long and motherfucking hard before I decide to actually commit myself to a trip like that. Shout out to my brother Robert Morris. I hope Vegas is treating you well, Pippin. He said, Dr. Mike, let me know if you're planning to come to Singapore this year. I know my brother DJ is there. So I would like to go. I would just like to go to see it. I don't know if my brother gonna be there much longer because he definitely be moving. But if I do want to put it on the map, I'll definitely announce it so people know that I'm thinking about it. You know, not just I'm gonna show up and surprise, bitch, I'm here. You know, I'm gonna try to at least announce it so people know I'm actually gonna be in the area. He said, I hope Asia opens in June. I want to go back over there. Yes, I do want to go back over there. But if you guys did not check out my man Mike's Philippines Journeys video earlier today about this crazy hoe who's this Filipina American girl that spread the Omicron to the people in the Philippines, got like 15 cases and shit. That shit is crazy, yo. If you didn't watch that video over there on this channel, y'all make sure y'all check it out. Because that video is crazy. Like when he shared with me the link of the guy that was talking about it, I was like, this bitch crazy. So apparently, allegedly, no, it actually is true. So it's not even alleged anymore. There's this girl, Filipino American socialite type home. They call her is it Provinciana girl or the Provinciana girl, the Poblacion girl? I forgot, whatever it is, whatever her nickname is. She over there infecting people, right? She's over there infecting people because she's out and about and being social and shit. Shit crazy, man. So that might pose a challenge for future travel to the Philippines. Best way for me to put it. My man says Zimbalis is on my itinerary as soon as restrictions are lifted in 2022. I've heard nice things about Zimbalis as well. It seems I've actually never heard anything negative about the area. Hey man, let me know how it is, man. Maybe I'll come see you there. Tanzania, say less. Stay less. My man says I'm staying in Asia this year. He said this is home, and he said, and all I need, honestly, bro. You've seen more of the world than most people have ever known, so you probably don't need to see anything else. I feel you. And my man says he loves Ghanaian women for some reason. You're not the only one. Ghanaian women and Kenyan definitely hit the spot. Ugandan, even though Uganda is somewhat of I don't know, man, but they definitely got something. We're gonna just keep it at that. My man says, man, these stories I hear in South Africa and Africa is a trip. Staying my black ass in Asia, way less worries. So I'm not the only one who's been hearing this shit, bro. They've been talking about the shit that happens to foreigners and stuff in Africa and South Africa. Now, shout out to my big brother. Let's get it out the way. Shout out to my big bro, O'Shea Dew Jackson. Let's go ahead and talk about my brother. He's been to South Africa quite a few times, and nothing has ever happened as far as I know. He swears by it as a place to go. So, you know, you got one of my brothers who traveled there and they had no problems, but yet and still I'm hearing 2 or 3 stories on the back end that's kind of been like a little shifty about the things and the way that they operate, maneuver over there. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm still iffy. I'm gonna be on the fence about that one for a while. For Africa, would you recommend staying in an Airbnb or in a hotel? Like, which would be budget friendly? I wish I knew, man. I wish I knew. I haven't checked in on, you know, what the hotel prices are or what the Airbnb prices are. But for me, and I know this sounds crazy, y'all, just rock with me for this for 1 second. Just feel where I'm coming from when I say this shit, and then you can judge me later. But for me, if I'm going to a place that is unfamiliar territory, I know the Philippines like the back of my hand, or at least Davao City for sure. But if I'm going to a place I'm unfamiliar with, I want to stay where all the foreigners are staying, right? Yes, I want to stay in the location where all the foreigners are, because if that's where all the foreigners are staying, at least I know I'm around other people who are just like me, foreign, maybe black, maybe white, maybe Chinese, Indian, I don't know, but they're foreign nonetheless. I want to stay in a place where the foreigners are, because as long as we all in one area, I feel a little bit safer. But if I'm in an Airbnb in a place and I don't know the people around me, you know, it make you feel a little way, make you feel like you got to be a little, you know, a little bit more cautious in the way you maneuver and handle things. So for me, when I first touched down, now when you start to get comfortable, I'm the type of guy, yo, move around how you want to when you start to get comfortable, or you start to get around people that can take you places. That's different. But first out, man, I'm in a place where most of the foreigners congregate. Now, I did do a video back in the day about me avoiding places where foreigners hang out because, those are the places that were more prone to like terrorist attack. Let's not get it twisted. Let's talk, they're going to attack the foreign populated places. But first time in, I do believe that it's in my best interest to stay around, you know, the foreigner folk until I start to really know my way around or get around people who are foreigners that kind of know their way around the country a little bit better than me. All right. So that's just me. So if there's an Airbnb where all foreigners are staying at, cool. If it comes out cheaper than the hotel, cool. But I do believe that you're going to probably spend more money staying in a hotel than you probably would in an Airbnb. And that's just over the long term, guys, not necessarily just in, the middle of it all. The Poblacion girl, there you go. Bitch over there fucking up the Philippines for us, guys. I can't even talk about it so much. I'm upset. A Filipino told me about that yesterday. I had to shake my head on that one, bro. She over there infected people with the Ultron, Omicron, whatever the fuck you want to call it, man. She is over there messing that country up, infecting all kinds of people. I think Mike said about 15 people. I can't remember exactly. I gotta catch the story, but yeah, I think baby girl done infected like 15 people. Give me a second. But yeah, man, I see we got what 20 in the building, man. Appreciate all 20 of y'all rocking with Doc, man. Y'all already know the rules, man. Y'all make sure y'all caress, molest, and distress yourself all over that like button. It wants it, it needs it most definitely as the habit. If you guys want to support, please feel free to do so. But of course, I am happy and blessed you choose to come through, spend a little bit of time with your boy today. Now you're on the deal. I'm sorry, man. I'm over here doing too damn much right now. I had to get up and move something. But anyways, I'm about to turn it back on. Give me a second. Give me a second. But yeah, man. I do believe that this girl and her actions have definitely put put a damper on foreign travel as of right now. Hopefully, like my man Jamal said, bro, hopefully June, which is about the time I normally travel anyways, things will get back together. But you know me, man, I ain't gonna put I'm not gonna hold my breath. My man says it will be a long time before tourism or tourists return to the Philippines. I agree. They actually have strict rules against starting the 3rd through the 15th because of one fucking female. This bitch messed it all up for us, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not the guy. My man said he's staying in Uganda for 8 months but you're back in Michigan. How was your trip to Uganda? I know that you, whenever you used to check in with me, you used to tell me it was like 4 a.m. your time there in Uganda. I remember. But how was it overall, man? How was the trip overall? My man Robert says Zimbalis is also a place I will be visiting once it opens back up. Touche. Shout out to my man CJ. What's good with your brother? He says I got to visit Rwanda and Ethiopia. Ethiopia and Eritrea. Those are my spots. Those are places I've definitely thought about. My man says on the other end, I got South African homies and other African homies that swear that I need to come and visit. So I would definitely visit them and stick by them and their recommendations. Exactly. If you have people who have been there or people who are there or foreign friends that have visited there or currently living there, yeah, man, you've got to go. I would say go then as long as you got somebody that's going to pick you up from the airport. I ain't riding no taxis, man. I will pay for you to come get me. I will be willing to put up the money to you to come get me, but I ain't trusting nobody else with my life, right? Because I feel as though if you got people who you can trust, I'm putting my life in your hands because I trust you. I ain't just gonna get in the taxi and say, okay, oh well, I'm sending my homeboy that's gonna come get you and he's gonna pick you up from the airport. No, you need to be there to pick me up at the airport because if it ain't you, I'm not getting in the car with him. Again, every step of the way, man, I'm gonna stick to you like white on rice. That ass, I'm gonna stick to you. Stick to you like glue. No homo, big pause. But I'm telling you right now, bro. I'm right next to you where I need to be at. If you cool with it and you say we going to it, cool. But I don't trust other people's recommendations like that. Shout out to my man John. John, what's good with you, bro? Appreciate you coming through. My man says one of the benefits of staying in an Airbnb is being able to cook rather than having to go out to eat. Yeah, that's definitely one of the benefits overall with the utilization of Airbnbs. But I kind of feel like when I go to places like Africa and stuff like that, I would want to potentially explore some of the delicacies, not delicate, well, delicacies and some of the foods there. You know, because that's part of immersing yourself in the culture at least. But it's always good to cook for yourself because it definitely comes out a little bit cheaper. But again, in most African countries, you got to make sure you take your malaria pills or you take your malaria shot, whatever they offer. And you also got to make sure you have your yellow fever shot even before touching down. Thank God I do have my yellow fever shot. So I'm Gucci. You know, it is what it is. My man, Ahmed Global, what's good? You said Uganda was nice, but the 7 p.m. curfew was bad. Touche. He said, I did see on another YouTube channel that Vietnam is planning on opening in June. Not sure if that will change. I think that Vietnam is likely going to stay the course. I think that Vietnam is going to capitalize on the fact that a lot of people aren't going to the Philippines or not able to travel to the Philippines, or that Thailand is doing something different with their traveling rules. I know my brother Charles, Merchant, who comes through on the channel in politics with us. I don't know where my brother is right now. I think he might be in New York, but I think he might be going to Thailand. I can't remember. But he was telling me that he can only, I think in Thailand, you can only stay for what? Is it 90 days? And then you got to leave again. I don't know if it's 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days, but it's kind of like an in and out thing now. So even Thailand is changing up a little bit, man. If you guys know any more about that, a whole lot more than I know I do, let me know in the chat, man. Definitely want to hear what that's about. But let's see. My man Paul says it would be great to hear from guys who have been with and dated African women in Africa, like their experiences compared to African American, British African women, etc. That would be dope to hear too, man. I would love to have somebody come on the channel and speak about it, especially since that is a destination that I think the majority of the chat would not mind at least checking out. I mean, I know we talk about Philippine content for the most part, and we talk about being able to visit the Philippines, but we always have to have alternating or altering or different routes and different plans, just in case the Philippines doesn't want to fully open itself back up to us. All right. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, what we got? We got 21 in the building, 19 in the building, man. I would appreciate you guys dropping your like. Let's not forget the rules, man. Y'all already know. Make sure you drop your like because likes are free. They don't cost you a thing. Likes are definitely free, and likes are mandatory. Right? Still 2022, but the rules have not changed. All right. So y'all make sure y'all drop that mandatory like. Again, support is optional. You do it if you want to. I'd appreciate it. But again, those likes are mandatory. But most definitely, man. I do believe that we have to have differing, a mindset that the Philippines may not be a potential destination this year. Like I even like just saying it out loud makes me feel away. to say that the Philippines may not be a travel destination this year, it's enough to make you feel away. But you know what it is, man? I'm Gucci. Why? Because I can now open myself up to differing travel destinations. The one thing that I noticed about a lot of my people who are in the Philippines now or kind of feel like they're stuck in the Philippines right now is the fact that they kind of stuck there. And if they do decide that they want to travel somewhere else and shit like that, the process for you to have to get back in or the process you have to go through to potentially get back in is probably worse than getting out. So that's why they're stuck. A lot of guys aren't going to travel outside the Philippines. For the most part, if you have everything that you need in the Philippines, chances are there's no legit reason for you to travel anyways. But just to think about the hassle and the headache that a lot of people would have to go through to get out of the country and to get back into it, probably enough to blow your minds. And for the most part, knowing that we now have at least, how can I say this? We now have a new thought process, a new way of thinking. It's not Philippines or bust for a lot of us now. For the most part, it could have been that way back in the day or when this whole situation started in, 2019 and shit. Philippines or bust, bro. Philippines, 2020, not 2019. But 2020, it was Philippines or bust, man. Philippines or bust, man. We're going to be good. We're going to be good. They're going to let us travel soon. And to the point where they shut this whole damn thing down for tourism in general for at least the better part of 2 years. Now you're like, well, damn, bro, what is we really about to do with this? Like, Honestly, where are we going in 2022? That is exactly what this live stream is about. All right. So I want to talk goals, man. I want to talk your travel plans. What do you want to go? Where do you want to go? What do you want to see? Think about the countries that are opening, and I would say devise a plan around that. And the reason I say that is because now, rather than just being all about one country, one country, one country, okay, I got this country, and this country. You understand? So I say you got to have different places that you would want to go. That way, just in case one doesn't quite work out, like the Philippines don't seem like it wants to right now. They don't seem like they're cooperating with us right now. And because of that, I kind of feel like you just got to make sure that you have a couple of different perspectives or places in mind that you may think about wanting to check out. So there is no wrong place, man. There is no wrong destination. I tell you that. Let's see what we got going on. My man Paul says, how do you feel after taking the yellow fever shot, Dr. Mike? Did you experience any side effects? Nah, I got my yellow fever shot in I think it was 2016. 2016 or 2016 or 2017. I got my yellow fever shot. My arm hurt for a couple of days though. After I got the shot, my arm hurt. I got mine in the Philippines, of course. But after that, I really don't have too many side effects. Even after I took the jab twice and then got a booster, didn't really feel much. I didn't really feel much at all. Give me a second. But for me, I didn't get chills. I didn't get headaches. I didn't feel anything. I think I built up one hell of an immune system, but I don't want to jinx it. So that's why I ended up taking my shots and shit accordingly. All right, but if you don't take the shot, man, I know why. I understand. Don't let me don't let me make you feel deterred. My man says the foreign cuisine is another reason to travel, depending on who. I mean, what you like to eat. John, you stupid. It depends on who and or what you like to eat. Shadows. Eden or Shadows did. Sorry. Yes, Thailand is definitely another option. I do believe that Thailand has been doing some real funny stuff lately that's making people not want to go there. So we'll see. Is that Barranquilla? I fucked that all up, didn't I? Is it Barranquilla? Colombia is good on February, second largest carnival party. Oh, so that's the party. I thought that was an actual place, a location there. My bad. Shout out to my man Will. What's good with you? He says now is really not the time to travel there. And he said not now is not the time to really travel there. But Uganda was comfortable. I think you're talking about Africa. He said, I've been to Rwanda, Ethiopia, and Uganda, and I felt completely safe in Rwanda. Could travel anywhere. I felt very safe in Ethiopia. Very safe in Ethiopia as well. Okay. Well, I appreciate you sharing, man. James says travel to is it Calabar? Sorry, in southern Nigeria. Again, guys, if I fuck these places up, don't kill me. Definitely a place on your bucket list, man. He said his heritage and his DNA is 58% Nigerian. Shout out to you, man. I wish I would do a DNA test, man. I would not want to know how much of me is black or what part of me is black. I don't know. My man Joseph, what's good, bro? He said, I heard you have to get a visa to get in now. Have you ever heard of anything like this? The Philippines, yes. If you're talking about Thailand, I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of different things about Thailand, bro, and this really got me feeling away. Australia as a place to go, absolutely. If Australia wasn't too expensive for my taste, I would definitely put that on the map. I've had nothing, and I mean, I've heard nothing but great things about Australia. Everything I've heard about Australia was good. I've heard very little negative things about Australia, and I would definitely want to go there. I got a friend in New Zealand who I would love to visit. Shout out to my brother Ali. But I've heard nothing but fantastic things about Australia, except the fact that it could cost you a pretty penny to get around over there. I heard that is an expensive place to go. But for sure, man, I've heard great things about it. He said, I received a lot of love and attention from Rwanda and Ethiopia, I believe. Well, that's what you're talking about. He said, Uganda women took good care of me. Hey, say less, man. The thing about it, and you're gonna a lot of guys who travel know this, man. You just want to go somewhere where you feel the love, man. We don't ask much. Shit, we just don't want to feel like second class citizens. We don't want to feel like we're being treated like second class citizens, and we damn sure don't want to feel like we have to deal with unnecessary actions and words and ways of living. We just want to live our best life. I didn't come to the country to be yelled at and bitched at. A lot of people don't like to hear that, but that's what you get when you travel to some of these foreign countries. It's the mindset of the people around you that kind of makes you feel like this is where I need to be. My man DJ says I would wait to travel to Thailand. Things just keep on changing right now, but if I were to go, Phuket is the only thing popping. Even the clubs in Phuket are open. Pattaya is slowly opening. So Phuket is probably going to be the destination point for yours truly. Let's see what else we got. Shout out to my man. I want to say that it's Jabras. I hope I'm saying that right, Pimp. Appreciate you coming through. He says, for what I hear, Australia has some of the most extreme lockdowns in the world. Yes. I think Europe in general, like my homegirl who's German, she said their lockdowns is ridiculous over there. And I believe it. I believe it. And I'm assuming again, when you assume you're making an ass out of you and me, but I'm assuming that they're probably along the same waves. So yeah, although it is a beautiful country, probably not the best place to go. Australia is not effed up for the most part. Martial laws in place, and they are more commies right now. Oh well. Well. At least Australia sounded nice. Australia sounded like a good idea for about 2 seconds before we realized, yeah, they operate on a whole different wave and a whole different level, and it's okay. I mean, like I said, Australia doesn't have to be the place to go. Like my man said, he gonna stick to Asia, and I don't see why we shouldn't stick to Asia either, man. I think that we should stick to Asian countries as well. Like I said, Cambodia, Vietnam. Vietnam seems very attractive right now. I don't know about y'all, but Vietnam seems hella attractive right now. My man says, Dr. Mike, I think you have to do your research on Australia currently. The government over there are harsh on their people. Too many retards being exposed. I've always see the thing is all that I've heard about Australia was prior to everything going on right now. Okay, I will admit a lot of what I've heard from Australia about Australia was prior to everything that we are currently going through in the moment. So yes, probably probably not the greatest of places to go to since the whole lockdown situation. But yes, I would never set foot in a country that I did not do my own research on. But I'll take your word for it, man. I'm pretty sure everybody seems to be co-signing on, what's really going on in countries. So who am I to sit there and dispute it? All right, well we got 18 in the building, man. Make sure y'all drop y'all like. Y'all know the rules. My man says my Australian buddy here in Singapore is actually pissed off with the way Australia is handling the pandemic. It seems pretty bad. Cambodia and Vietnam are definitely on my list. Oh yeah, for sure, man. Cambodia and Vietnam should be high or at least in your top five. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I think that Cambodia and Vietnam, Cambodia, depending on how you pronounce it, Cambodia and Vietnam should definitely be in at least the majority of the audience's top five. If it's not there, put it there immediately. Because these places are definitely the ones that seem to be trending in the right direction in reference to allowing us as foreigners to at least come visit. Now, again, things can change, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Things can change on the drop of a dime. The Omicron is fucking people up or making people real nervous right now. So who knows? Vietnamese women are worth checking out. I agree. I do not. I do want to see Vietnam. They have a market for foreigners to own businesses and land. Touche. And also, they have a booming economy. My man said I want one of them Raiden hats from Vietnam. Those hats are fucking cool though. I ain't gonna cap, man. Just to have one would be dope. I ain't gonna throw it at nobody and think that it's gonna hurt them, but I would love one of those hats too, just to have it, man. Let's put in a collection. But yeah. Again, guys, we're talking about travel goals 2022, future travel plans, man, and just I'm here to hear what you guys got to say, man. What other locations are you looking at? What other locations are opening and or open as we speak, right? I would love to discuss this from the perspective of countries that are already opening and or trending towards opening, because that is going to give us a landscape or at least an idea of potential places to be traveling in the year that is upon us. I don't want to say the year to come because it's already here. So what other places do you guys know that's opening or open as we speak? You said the funny and interesting thing about Vietnam is it's still a commie country, but it isn't like China, Myanmar, or other types of countries like that. I would say it seems to be one of the better ones. Vietnam, man, I've heard, man, people be going in and out of Vietnam. They don't really be tripping like that. They love it there, and who am I to say that it's not a dope spot? So like I said, I would like to consider myself a very open minded type of person. You know, I don't really limit myself to places that I want to go. The only thing that would limit me from going to certain places is the financial ability to be able to go there. That's the only thing that would stop me from going to any place. Is if my finances say, Doc, you not suited for a place like this. This doesn't you seem to have to save a lot more money than you normally would should you have chosen to go to a place like this. So that's pretty much the only thing that has kind of stopped me or would potentially stop me from checking out certain places. That's just me being honest with my finances, bro. Sometimes can't go everywhere, man. I go where my money allow me to go. The problem with Vietnamese women is they don't speak English as well as Filipinos, and that's going to be something you're going to run into with a lot of women in Asia. There are very few Asian countries that are great English speakers other than the Philippines. Very few. Maybe you can find some in Japan, but still they're going to want to speak Japanese. Yeah, China, same situation. I believe that anywhere that you travel in Asia, you're probably going to come across the exact same situation. So that English speaking is definitely one thing that has put Philippines in damn near everybody's top five. Most people's top five, not everybody's, but most people's top five. My man says, I'm here in DC and went directly to the embassy for the information. I had Vietnam and Cambodia planned for the summer of 2020. Happy I didn't get that visa in advance. Hey, man, we just, I love the idea of planning in advance. I love it. Getting your visas together and all that shit sounds great. It sounds like a great thing. But right now, with the way things seem to change, every time we turn around, it just doesn't seem like the greatest of ideas to plan ahead anymore. And that's sad. The only thing you can plan ahead for is to make sure your finances is together. Okay. That's one thing that we should never lack on. That's one thing we should never sleep on. The one thing you should always make sure that you have together is your finances, people. And I know I'm speaking to an intelligent group of individuals right now. I know. From the 19 people that are listening to me right now as we speak, I love every one of y'all. Y'all my peoples. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. 2022 gonna be awesome. But for the most part, I know that a lot of my gentlemen have done everything that they can to make sure that their finances are together. At least I am praying that you have done every single thing you possibly can do to make sure your finances are together, regardless where you choose to travel and regardless when traveling resumes wherever you're, looking to go. But planning in advance outside of that, it just seems like the worst thing you could do. Yeah, man, let me go ahead and get my visa for the Philippines right now for travel in June. And then I can't go in June. So now I spent what? For the visa, I think it's like $60, maybe between 60 and $100 for a couple months, I believe. It's like 60 days. I can't remember exactly. But nothing to be more heartbreaking than paying money for something I can't enjoy or paying money in advance for something I can't actually see. So it sucks that you can't even pre-plan or plan in advance shit that you want to do. I don't know what to tell you, man. It sucks ass. That's all I can tell you. It sucks. My man says one of my partners got his in advance for preparation for our trip, and needless to say, it turned into a donation. Oh yeah, you ain't gonna never get it back, man. One thing is for sure, you ain't gonna never get that back, and that's sad. That's sad. And see, and here's the even harder part, man. Here's the even rougher part about it all. Um, if you would have bought your plane ticket in advance, let's talk about that. You got to be careful how you choose to plan your vacations and get plane tickets. Think about it. Now, all of a sudden, people, I mean, basically, if you can't utilize your plane ticket, it naturally turns into a donation to the airlines or whatever. Because unless you book directly with certain airlines and stuff like that and pay the extra $120 to get it, chances are if you're booking with, like I talked about Cheapo Air and Skyscanner and places like that, if you book through them and you get the insurance, you know how much of a pain in the ass it will be for you to get your money back, how many customer service people you actually might have to call just for them to return your money. It ain't gonna be easy. It ain't gonna be easy, right? Unless you book directly through your Delta, your US Airlines, or whatever it may be, Philippine Airlines or whatever, and you call them and say, look, man, my flight didn't take place. So what are we gonna do? Most time with Philippine Airlines and places like that, they'll give you travel vouchers, or they'll find a way to give you something to utilize that particular amount of money spent on that trip on another future trip, right? They give you like 90 days or some shit to fucking figure out where your next travel plans are gonna be and shit, and then they will transfer it because very seldom do they give you your money back. Like they don't be wanting to give you your money back. Y'all know that. The motherfuckers be holding on to your money for dear life, man. They be doing a death grip on your shit because they're gonna lose money as a result of. So they'll switch it over and you can use it for a future flight or something like that. So again, planning in advance, like I said earlier, man, it's not even proven to even be a great thing to do anymore. Unless you 100% sure that everything gonna go right, man, I would not put my money on anything. My man Jamal says Mexico, the Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Guatemala, Paraguay, Brazil, and a bunch of other Latin American countries are open. Colombia just got a little stricter. Eh, DR sounds nice. uh, Brazil sounds like it's okay. Like I said, I've heard great and not so great things, but I fucks with it either way. It's almost gotten to the point where, man, I just want to see somewhere else. It don't matter where it is. Just show me something new. You feel me? My man says I'm planning to check out Nigeria, but man, the ticket prices are like above $1,000. When you touch down in the country, it seems that the food and things are cheaper than the travel price. Probably, I can see how that could be, man. I can definitely see how that could be. My brother DJ says English is the official language of Singapore, but you will get some Singaporeans that mostly only speak Chinese, mostly the older people though. That's what's up. So Singapore is another Asian country that speaks English. All right. He said, would there be any people willing to learn Vietnamese or another Asian language? I would. I would. And I think that's just more or less something to check off the bucket list, and it kind of makes communication easier. It used to be that I really wanted to master Tagalog. I really wanted to master the Philippine national language, but when you get there and you realize that people speak English, you kind of think to yourself, why the fuck do I need to learn this shit? Right? It's like going to Davao and Cebu and trying to learn to speak Visayan and stuff like that. It's like, why do I need to learn this if people are going to want to speak to me in English? So there's definitely a challenge there. But if you do go to places like China, Japan, and places like that where English may not be spoken in abundance and amongst the crowd in general, kind of makes you feel like you're quote unquote forced to at least learn the basics of it all. It kind of makes you feel like you're at least forced to learn the basics of the language. So makes you, I mean, it makes you work for it a little bit, and I think that's not bad. But definitely, I would be open to trying to learn a new language. Panama. I think Panama is. I don't think it's open, but I do believe that travel there is not as strict. Don't quote me on that one, but I remember talking about Panama about a week ago, just in passing, with my dad, and where there's a will, there's a way, people. That's all I can say. Yo, 19 in the building, man. Yo, make sure you've already dropped your like. All right. Like I said, 2022, the rules have not changed, y'all. All right. If you want to support, you know what to do. But let's keep it pushing. Make the money through passive income, either through crypto stocks, internet marketing, network marketing, then use it for travel and meet the chicks in other parts of the world. Oh, if it was only that easy, my brother. Sounds like a great plan. I agree 100. But Tony, I love you too, family, man. Everybody got to have their shit together. I pray to God that everybody at least got that part together, man. Just that part. The money part. Please make sure the money part is good. My man says that airline info was on point. Yeah, man. I'm telling y'all, man, do not play around with them tickets, bro. That's a donation. If you don't book directly with the Delta or whatever you're using to fly, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, you can only imagine the hoops that you are gonna have to jump through to try to get your money back. I repeat, I am not about to sit there and fight nobody at customer service, at the call center agent. You call the call center and the person answering the phone got that Indian accent, with all due respect. I'm not about to sit there and go back and forth with this Indian person on the other end of the line to tell me the reasons why I cannot get my money back. And I say that with all due respect, because y'all know they be outsourcing with them call centers, man. Don't play brand new to me, and it ain't racist. It's the truth. Always somebody on the other end with that strong English Indian accent. I'm not gonna tell you how they sound because I might fuck it up. But y'all know what I'm talking about. And that's what you deal with when it comes to, booking through your cheapo airs and stuff like that. Granted, I like using cheapo air, and people like Skyscanner and all these other great cheap ticket pricing shit. Pay the extra money so that if your shit get canceled, bro, at least you good, man. Call the airline. No, 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 bitch. No, no, no. I want my money back. No, no, no. Do not make me call your manager. Who are you gonna call? Matter of fact, let me ask you this: who is you gonna call when your ticket don't act right, or who are you gonna call when you can't, when you're dealing with customer service and stuff like that? And that's literally the only number that you have. You can't talk to the manager. You can't talk to some their manager or whatever it may be, because you're only talking to the manager of the call center. So just got to be careful, man, with how you book your tickets in 2022. All right. I'm going to have to spend more money than I probably would want to. But if it gives me peace of mind, ladies and gentlemen, I would be willing to spend it. Right? I'm spending it for peace of mind. Nothing else. My man Paul says, go and find your clan of women. Go where you're genuinely appreciated and celebrated. I place huge emphasis on genuinely, not your external resources. Touche. Like I said, man, sometimes the West just don't provide that for me, my boy. Sometimes it's not in the West, and that's okay. My man says you have to go to Latin American countries. How Asia has been during this pandemic, it's about the only place remotely open. Africa, that's depending on what country that you're going to, for sure. He said, Dr. Mike, for dating and sexual relationships, I would say Singapore isn't the best place. Too many people over there are super prudish and very sex negative. Many pretentious women out there. See, the thing is, I don't know much about, see, in fairness, I don't know much about Singapore and I don't know much about Malaysia. So I don't know their views on sexuality and dealing with foreigners and stuff like that. But again, if that is one place that I'm gonna definitely put on the list, it's definitely something that would be nice to know. Even though I'm in a relationship, of course. Doc is not into that shit, but it would be something that I think we would definitely want to look into. But for sure, definitely something that could something you might want to look into, and you might want to talk to people who you know that are there. All right. He said, heard that experiencing is it Candombe drummers, excuse me, and dance in Uruguay, sorry, festival originated by liberated African slaves worth the trip. Oh, so that's a I got it. I'm sorry, brother. I fucked that all up. But yeah, could be worth the trip, man. I'm all about experiencing new cultures, you know. Like I really don't care much for the United States. I love it for the opportunity it provides me, but it don't do me no favors when all I want to do is travel, you know? Excuse me. Buy your ticket with an American Express credit card in case it cancels. They'll refund you back. Touche. I don't have an American Express card, but if I did, that would be nice to know. Mm. All right, ladies and gents, let's see what's good. He said, if you were to come here, he said, I'm telling you, you would have a good time. Like I said, my brother DJ, I'm spit. Look, if I'm going there, you know who I'm gonna hang out with. Look, I don't know nobody else, bro. I'm gonna be right there. You tell me where to book my Airbnb or book my hotel, Pippin. I'm following you. Stick to you like glue, my boy. You know it. But like I said, man, if that's on the list, man, I know how to find you. At least you can give me some tidbits of information. And if you tell me that I will enjoy myself, I have no reason to believe otherwise. All right. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, we got 15 in the building. I appreciate y'all locking in. Thank you for sharing your January 1st of 2022 with your boy today, man. You guys have been an awesome crowd, just as you have been all year long. Okay. I appreciate you. I love y'all more than anything in this world, man. In 2022, we don't take the foot off the pedal, man. I'm telling you, it's full speed ahead, and we don't look back. It's always good to look back on the good old days, but we pushing forward for sure. And I appreciate y'all who choose to continue to rock this road with me, man. Thank y'all, sincerely. To my silent partners, y'all know who y'all are. The people who sit in the background just listening and just put me on just because you just want to hear my soothing, smooth voice or some shit. I don't know why y'all be fucking with me. I don't, but I appreciate you. You know that. So whatever you're doing in the background, just listening to me helps me more ways you'll ever know. Y'all drop y'all likes like y'all supposed to, and y'all go on about your business. All right. But again, 2022, my dedication to the channel will be tenfold. My dedication to those who rock with me, support me, and show love to me, I will reciprocate that, believe that shit for sure. Thank you. Just thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of whatever I call this, man. I have no idea what to call this, man. Our little group over here is the best in Philippine content history. They won't admit to it, but my little corner of the world over here, man. No drama, no issues. We just keep it pushing. A couple people want to come over here and talk shit, but you know what? I deliver it right back to them. It's all good. But thank you, man. Appreciate you. Like I said, back to my silent partners, the ones who just in the background. I don't know what you're doing while you're listening to me, but I thank you for listening to me, talk my shit, have my fun, and the videos will continue to come. All right. So thank you to all of my brethren, my brothers who choose to have conversations with me, my brothers who choose to converse with me in the chat, keep the conversation going, mention things that I may have missed out on. Again, my channel don't exist without y'all either. So I appreciate y'all tenfold. And just know that in 2022, it don't stop. It don't stop, but it ain't gonna stop. Huh? Sound like P. Diddy. Remember, can't stop, won't stop? For sure, for sure. All right. Anywho, with all this, it's sentimental shit, let's get it off the way. I hope y'all appreciate me the way that I appreciate y'all. So big love to all my family. K Dallas, I see you, Pip, and I appreciate you dropping a quick one on your boy. But let me read these last comments. Daniel Tanner, what's good with you, Pip? Tony, we out, baby. I appreciate y'all. My brother DJ, always pimping. I'm gonna reach out to you just because. But thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. My man Shadow says, is Indonesia an option? Indonesia is a place I want to go. I'm not sure if it's still an open option, but it sounds fun. Sounds fun as hell. People that talk negative are irrelevant. Forget them. We said we got your back. Touche. As long as y'all got mines, I got yours. And that's where I'm gonna leave it, man. Doc's gotta drop the mic and walk away. Again, guys, 2022, like I told you, man, I'm doing a question of the day every single morning, 9 a.m. I'm doing a question of the day. So if there's any question random, I don't care what it is, every morning, 9 a.m., I'm dropping the question of the day. Okay. So look forward to it every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Every morning, I'm giving you a video. It's going to be a short one, because I do it on my YouTube Shorts, but we get a quick one every day. All right. If you got questions, reach out to me via email. You can write it in a comment on a video or whatever. I'll answer. Okay. Hands down. Every single fucking morning, I have to give you at least a video every day. All right. So that's my goal in 2022, 365 days, a question of the day video. All right. So look forward to that one, and we're going to keep it pushing. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what time it is. Time for the good doc to go and get to get. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the good doc is officially out at least Nako Paelam, which means I am going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Makita. Bye-bye. Peace.